Hello and welcome to Girls Run These Worlds. Tonight we're starting a horror D&D actual play campaign called Revenge, a Tragedy in Two Acts. I'm your dungeon mistress for tonight, today, Kumi. You can also find me on the Pigeon Killers otherwise, but tonight I am taking our adventurers through a playtest of Happy Jack's Funhouse. Now, this is an adventure by Remley Farr and Jeff C. Stevens. I will post the link to the DM's Guild adventure in Twitch at some point. But at the moment, we are in a small town surrounded by mists of all sorts. And as these mists creep in, overhead, you can see the flashing colors of red, blue, yellow, just floating about as cauldrons in the sky over what seems to be a seemingly deserted town square where you see mechanical vendors of sorts selling all sorts of sweets, candied apples, meats, and our four adventurers. Now, to introduce yourselves, let's start with Gask. As we peep on this little white cat, who is it that we see and what are they thinking?
Bonjour, my name is Jean. I am a tabaxi, a little cat. Um, I, my appearance and everything about me suggests a jovial clown nature, but my tone of voice and general demeanor as a person can be seen as pretty monotone. Um, Jean is kind of nonplussed by all this color and light, just kind of, working on the material up here, the comedy, the jokes. Um, yes, something about this environment will hopefully spark something.
And who's standing right next to you, John?
Obviously, Arco, my friend.
Aku, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, this is Arco. Arco is a royal blue tiefling who has very noticeably one beautiful horn and one broken horn, which is a little stub. And Arco is just, playing with a dagger as he stands there and kind of waits for the others to come to a conclusion as to what we're about to get into and how we want to approach it. And of course, there's that very familiar mischievous glint in his eye. His sticky fingers a little stickier now because he has just gotten through stealing a cob of sticky corn. Uh, yeah, that's Arco for the time being.
And having seen all these delights on the street and having a bit of flair for cooking yourself, Ishi, what are you doing and what do you think of this place?
Uh, Hi, I'm Ishi. Ishi's a little aspiring pastry chef who is here to sell her cupcakes and enjoy the fair. And she's just staring at the little candied corn cob that is in Arco's hand, just like salivating and really wanting to have it, except someone has just now denied it. Someone has just told us not to eat it, and she's just like, please, and just staring at it.
Okay. And now the seeming, I think probably the most sensible one in the group so far, having not been amused by everything around and having just recently told off Arco for stealing this caramelized corn. Croft, what do you and Cuddles feel in this moment?
Well, I'm not particularly pleased because I came in here trying to accomplish something and am realizing very quickly that the group I'm with may not be as helpful as they claimed that they would be. Because the first thing they did upon entering, a place where children have been kidnapped and things go missing and weird magic happens, they thought, hey, let's eat the food. So, not super pleased with that.
I never said I was going to
Cuddles,
eat it.
Cuddles is loving it. Cuddles is having a great time. My little plushy dragon here, uh, stuffed halfway into a backpack, peeking out over my shoulder here, uh, just absolutely loving it, smiling around at everybody. Um, they're unbothered. They could be, you could be stabbing them in the back and they'd be having a great time. So
Okay. Just before we go a little further, just for our audience here, I'm sorry, I forgot to change our screenshots, but this is what Croft looks like and Cuddles too. Here we have Ishi, our little halfling baker, and then we have Arko, our tiefling with a broken horn. Now, to get back to our adventure. So, as you're all standing in the street, you've been given a task of sorts. You know, you entered here trying to find some sort of solace and refuge from your travels. You come across a tavern where you meet a group of parents gathered around the fireplace talking in quite a distress about the loss of their children, those that they think have been captured by a certain clown named Happy Jack in his fun house that arrived at this little town just a week previously. After inquiring a little bit more, they hand you a couple of goodies just to help you out in your travel, but it doesn't seem to be too much help. It seems to be something more of what a parent would give to a child. You get a couple of blankets, some food, I think a few healing potions, and you make your way to this town square. You've heard that the mayor has seen Happy Jack perform before, once previously when they were a child. And as you look at these posters just filtered about of this extremely happy clown saying, "Let the fun begin," just directions pointing to the back of the town square, where overhead you see cauldrons of light just floating. You walk past these vendors, their stalls, and as you get closer to what seems to be a largish clown head, you see right there an old woman. She seems to be quite non threatening, quite into her years. But another thing that strikes you all odd at that moment is on this sort of huge crank box in front of her is this little dancing monkey. You get a little closer. That monkey looks slightly bright, slightly gray. Almost, wait, is that a bone? You see, as you walk closer, this monkey seems to have been alive at some point, but now it seems to have awoken from the grave almost. It looks at you and chatters, and in almost an echoing tone, the chatter seems to like seep out of certain parts of the body, almost like an inflated balloon. What is it that you'd like to do?
um, uh,
That is the cutest monkey I've ever seen.
This is supposed to be the grandmother, the old lady. Hello, adventurer. Are you entering this fun house to have a fun time? Happy Jack would be so glad to see you. Are you ready? This monkey chatters up and down, almost just like, new guest, new guest. The sound of its clinking. Mm, what are those things that you use to like
Symbols?
oh, like
Symbols.
symbols?
symbols? Yeah.
Yeah, the symbols.
Oh
It like
gosh.
claps its cymbals and looks at you, almost directing you towards this a hint of a wagon that seems to be sticking out of this mouth.
I lean over to my friend Arco and I say conspiratorially, uh, how much was this job again? Enough!
As far as I remember, I think we are doing this for free, technically, but
Merde.
there's always fun to be had.
Of course, lead the way.
Technically, it said payment upon completion. I just never said what that payment is. Technically, it is sort of a handshake. Um, is the payment technically? But in many ways, that's worth. Um, anyways, we should go in. I look at this old woman, trying not to look at the terrible dancing skeleton monkey. And I'm gonna leave that one to Ishi. And I'm just gonna say, um, hello. We do wish to enter the fun house here, and we're here to have a fun time.
Yes.
Not a long time.
Oh, lovely. And I assure you, you won't be spending too long inside. Uh, and she just kind of like pulls this crank down. And as she does, you see this wagon start to slowly come back a little bit. It's a largish wagon, enough to maybe house 9 people. In the front of it, you see what seems to be an ornate dragon head just fixed into the front. She gestures to you. Step into the roly coaster and it'll take you into the fun house.
Sure, yeah, this is normal.
Yeah, after you.
Uh, ST, before we go in, can I maybe do a check and see if there's anything on this old woman that could, like a set of keys or something important looking that I could steal?
Mm-hmm. You could go ahead and give me an.
Right.
Or would you like to steal first or observe first?
Steal.
Steal
Always steal
blindly.
first.
Go
I
ahead
don't
and give
care
me a
what it
sleight of
is.
hand.
Let's
I
see.
agree.
I got a 16.
Okay, let's see what her inside's at. Ooh, okay. So you start moving towards her, and she's still looking at the others over there. And as just kind of stand off by her side and just like reach your hand out, she grabs hold of your hand immediately, almost kind of like in the sort of way a mother would hold a child's hand. And she tells to you, now, don't you want to see fireworks at the end with your friends? I know that would be so lovely for you to end all this by just sharing a night, having gotten out and watching fireworks together.
Okay. Arco's gonna like take us in and be like, and like take his hand back and like shake it off and like stare at her as he follows everybody else.
And
I
would
like
you all
her.
like to would you like to all get into the roller coaster?
Reluctantly, yes.
I am not yet, not pleased. I will sit in the farthest back corner seat, and I will cross my arms and sort of lean back into the seat, really making it clear that I'm not happy to be here. I'm not pleased to be with this group, and I'm cool, unlike some people. And I'm kind of a cool, chill dude. Um, Cuddles will sit on the on the seat next to me. So it is that image directly juxtaposed against a small plush dragon now buckled in to the roller coaster.
Awesome. And what would you do? You want to do anything, Ishi, before this? You see, as this little like zombie monkey of sorts, kind of like takes a sniff and looks down at you, almost like looking at the crumbs on your apron and looking to pick them
Ooh, ooh, do you want? Oh, and she's just gonna start rumbling through her bag and just like produce the first cupcake that like she finds. Just like, would you like one?
yes. And you see as the like this monkey just immediately grabs the cupcake and just kind of takes a quick look at the old lady to see whether she'd approve. When the old lady just smiles, immediately gobbles up the cupcake. Now I'd like you to roll me a 1d8.
Where does
Oh,
it
Oh
go?
no.
oh, oh, yes.
Wait,
Perfect.
but where does the cupcake go when it eats it? It's a skeleton.
That
Does
Use
it
is a
your
just
magic.
five.
fall out?
That's a 5. Oh my god, that's awesome. So you see as this monkey starts to just chew on the cupcake, and as it does, it starts to like feel something in its chest, and it looks at all of you, and it just hits its chest, and you see like a bone rattle almost in it, and when it burps, it breathes out fire
Oh
as this
no.
puff of flames come out, and it's just like and you see it like run towards the distance now, towards one of the stalls, and see puffs of fire just like coming out of this as it hops all over the ground and goes to one of the stalls. You see as one of the mechanical ones in this distance, Arthur, since you had wondered previously, seeing a sign that said, "Pay us and you'll get a treat, steal from us and you will be tricked." You see, as this little monkey breathing fire runs up to this mechanical humanoid at the back, and when it jumps on it and kind of blows on its head, at the same time, there's a sound that goes kaboom as this mechanical humanoid just like bursts into flames. You see the monkey on the side, and all of you are just kind of like stunted at this moment and stare back and then take a second and you see as the monkey gets up again and then starts jumping around and runs into the distance.
Arco just applauds.
So
Brava, brava.
she's
I
just
do the
gonna like
poetry applause where it's just like little snaps, like, yes, great job.
she's just gonna like hide her face and then just like whisper to herself, okay, so recipe 206 clearly doesn't work. And then just like turn around and then just try to disappear so no one like clocks her as the originator of this. And she's gonna get into the first seat of the roller coaster and just like wide-eyed and excitedly like looking at everything like a tourist.
Awesome. And so as you all fill into like this largest wagon,
So,
you
I
have
guess that's one way to start this off. Uh, um,
you have like we said
is it
you have
supposed to do that?
yeah, it is kind of. If it gets threatened in any way, but like Akko has incredible sleight of hand, so it helped him last time. So as is she sitting over there in front, holding the horns on this dragon head, you feel this whirlwind of sort of energy kind of build. And for any of you that just take a peep over the edge of this cart, you see as this rail that was just singular earlier start to expand and grow. And as it does, you're taken almost to the skies as this wagon goes on this rail line that starts to extend infinitely so. You pass by the flying cauldrons, you pass through some sights of the town, you see the tavern below, you see mists at the distance, and as you come back, you see the huge entrance again, the huge smiling face of Happy Jack. And as you go through his mouth right now, you hear almost in your head, let the fun begin. When you find this cart finally come to the close, you find like this light ahead of you, and you enter this room. Now, let me just place you all for think should have all. I will get another token for cuddles in a bit. Ishi,
Of
and
course,
Akko.
Cuddles deserves nothing less.
Yeah, he needs a special token just for him. He's a special boy.
Now,
That's actually Cuddles' token. We're waiting on the the token for Groff.
Yeah, Groff doesn't need one,
The Cuddles
actually.
token is the only one that matters.
Yeah.
Capiche?
I
Now, is
think I've sized you mostly right to just kind of set the scene. But before that, I'd like all of you to give me a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution?
whoa,
Oh
geez,
no.
Oh
immediately?
no.
My God.
Mamma mia.
Are we
Oh,
breathing in
mamma mia.
poison?
Oh no. Do you want to know what I got? A big ol' 7.
Oh,
Oh,
21. Hey,
that is a
mate.
17.
Oh,
Oh wow,
okay.
nat 1.
Whoa.
Oh no,
Okay.
Grump. Oh, Grump. Oh no.
Immediately, as
It's a good omen.
as this wagon starts to settle over here, Ishi, you are exhilarated by the thrill of this ride, okay, and going through the clouds and all. And as you settle here, you're just holding on to your chef's hat. And as I change this filter because I can't see myself looking this old anymore, at let's go on to a new one instead. Ta-da. So as you come into this
Oh,
room,
spooky. I love it.
you settle here and you find yourself just going into this largish waiting room, with red wooden paneling all around. Behind you, Jean, you too are just enjoying this in silent excitement, looking at all this. You might be searching your pockets for maybe a balloon to fondle at the moment, but this does not threaten you or thrill you in any way. You've been in fun houses before and you know magic. And you're just like, clowns could do better. And as you reach here at this moment here, Aku, you and Groff hanging desperately to the sides. Now, Groff, you have like Cuddles just almost, it just feels like maybe, like Cuddles is caught in a dryer almost. Seems to be like squeezing you like kind of in a silent whisper of help while you just keep getting like pushed around in the back to one side to the other. Aku, you're almost like flying off at one point. You can feel your cheeks fill with air. And as you settle over here, both of you start puking rainbows, essentially.
Bleh. Bleh.
There needs to be a photo booth at the end of the ride where we can get these pictures.
Bleh. Just
Uh,
over the group.
I know, all right. It seems like you're like all the food is gone from your stomachs. Do you want to have some food? And
no,
she's just gonna just
I'm fine. I'm fine.
I don't.
Um, I'm fine.
But
No,
you
that
just
was actually
No,
that
not
was
right now. Ishi, thank you. I'm okay.
I
okay.
if anything, I feel like I learned something. Actually, it's more.
Bleh.
Okay. And she's gonna put the cupcakes back into her.
Oh.
So
Now,
that was that had some speed to it.
This
That's
is why
fun.
you don't sit in the back. You get. Well, I suppose that's what's good. You sat in the back. You know, your vomit didn't get on all of us.
Okay. Can we not? Can we
Yeah.
not
Sorry,
mention
I
it?
won't say the vivre anymore.
That was wow.
Mm. Thank you.
They're there.
Okay, I guess.
Derriere.
Great.
They're there.
Oh, I thought you were speaking on Francais again.
No.
I'm just gonna,
so the cart
Fine.
pulls up to this sort of wooden dock, and Jean and Ishi, you can immediately see that it, allows you to kind of exit onto this platform. You see in front of you, there seems to be these sort of red velvet ropes that lead all the way to the front to a waiting room of sorts. But what catches your eye immediately is in the middle of this room is a large white crate, and painted all over it are colorful polka dots. At the back, you can see two small doors and a large two small doors on the sides and a large door in front. There's a painting of a clown that hangs above this door and a paper banner that dangles from its teeth that reads, "Welcome to the Funhouse." Is there
Hmm.
anybody? And I would say Arco and Groff, for just like the first couple of checks, you'd be a little too disoriented to get there. So, Ishi and Jean, what would you like to do to start with?
John, do you wanna check the box?
Oh, thank you for volunteering me. I guess it's up to me then.
It's just, I'm sure it's nothing. You just have to go
Oh, I'm
poke at
sure
it
it's
and then
nothing. Yeah, yeah, sure. We're not in a creepy,
if you
haunted carnival nightmare thing. Yeah, sure, it's fine, I'm sure.
if you find anything cool, can you give it to me?
Maybe. I go over and check.
Okay, give me an investigation check.
Oh no, not me. Not my Oh wait, I have my jack of all trades bard, yes. So my investigation is a whopping +0 with the 3.
Can I give the help action from afar by just saying like, "Hey, don't do anything stupid, like just knock on it or something." Like,
That would be the opposite. I would do something stupid on purpose.
I love it. You could take an advantage and still choose to do something stupid.
yeah, that's all totally allowed.
Wait, so advantage?
Yes, go for it.
Okay. Show me the money. What is that? A natural 20!
Go, let's go. Come on,
Nice
help
D&D
action's
Beyond,
good.
guys. It just showed me a big B.
So, so Jean, as you start to move closer, and you don't obviously it's just a box, and you're thinking you're still like, is she okay? Like, oh no, like what's going to like
Of course,
pop out of
yes.
this? What's going to like hurt me? And as you're standing there, you're obviously not able to see anything immediately, and it's almost an instinct to just reach out and pull it up or knock when you hear Groff's voice at the back saying no. Okay.
no, now, I'm not saying you were gonna do this, but don't knock on it or anything, because that would be wild. Because that's all you're gonna do there is just
But
activate
the
whatever's
best
in there.
setup of any comedy is a knock-knock
No,
joke.
definitely no, not the time for it. I think we do literally anything else would actually be better.
Okay.
And as you listen a little closer this time, just putting your paw away, you hear breathing on the inside at this
Not normal for
box.
boxes, no.
No, but you being an A class clown, obviously never having dropped out of clown college, you do know that this seems to be like a jack in the box sort of thing.
Oh, so it's like during a hen party where they have the woman jump out of the cake. It's like the person in the box, of
Happy
course.
So
birthday!
it's a really interesting pull.
Of course.
uh, okay.
It doesn't
Uh
seem to talk to you yet, but are you getting any closer to it?
hmm. Do I get any closer, or do I say that the coast is clear and let she get it?
You are
Hmm.
you just
Ishi, what would you be doing at this point? You're like looking
Oh,
at Jean just standing there listening to this box almost.
so she's
Arco
like
and Prof are just getting up at this point.
she's at John's heels, just like waiting for one indication that she can like she'll just start messing with the box. Like the
Uh,
moment she gets an indication that this is safe, so she's just like at heels, like ready.
Nothing there. It should be fine.
Is it okay? Says
Oui,
okay,
have at it.
and she's gonna like knock at it. Hello, is anyone in there?
As soon as you do, If you just see the lid fly off, and out comes this large snot almost. And as it comes up, you see hanging between the large jaws of what seems to be a baby hippo. It says, "Welcome to Happy Jack's Fun House." And it's just, they're looking at you like this.
A little baby hippo?
That is so cute. This place has so many cute things. What?
No, it's fine. It's not cute. We gotta go. Just,
What
Grok
is your
will try
name?
to just walk right past it, trying so hard not to look at this baby hippo.
The baby hippo looks at you, Groff, and for like a silent moment, lost in time as you're puking rainbows, you look into each other's eyes, almost like, touch me. No, no.
I can't. I'm sorry.
There's like sparkles that drift out from the tears in your eyes.
This is
Yeah,
definitely
this
like
is
a
like
like a
kawaii
hard
eyes.
cut to like an anime style for the scene where I'm just like, and then the hippo's just staring back at me like,
There's cherry blossoms there all of a sudden.
oh my.
Oh, Ishi, if you'd like to, so the hippo doesn't seem to be able to talk right now, but it still is looking down at you. If you'd like to, you do see underneath its neck here, there seems to be like a kind of like a collar of sorts with like, a bow tie, and right in the middle of it, there seems to be like a name tag there. Give me a perception check to see what it says.
With a +0. 17.
Oh, 17. So you see
Yes.
that right over there, written over there in these beautiful, just cursive writing that seems to be a little cartoony and sorts, is the name Bubbly.
Hi, Bubbly. Hello. I don't think you can speak. Can you speak? Did, is this your job? Are you like stuck here? Do you want to come with us? Okay.
I turn to the other two and I say, "Any of you speak Abby Wabby Wabba signs?"
You know, I speak a lot of languages. Don't think I speak that one.
What about your cuddles?
Yes. Can Cuddles speak to?
I look back at Cuddles and just like gesture to the hippo. Like, you got anything, buddy?
Cuddles kind of like, you see that Cuddles is just kind of hanging off your back and just droops slightly. And you take
No.
that to mean a no.
Yeah. Sorry, that's a strong no. Looks like Cuddles is getting just about as little as we are. Uh, it's the way it goes.
A game of spades, perhaps?
So, any of you looking at it, do you kind of get that impression that it's probably not able to talk only because it has something in its mouth?
Okay. Okay. Um, can I try to grab at them? Like the thing hanging from his mouth. Can I try to grab it and pull?
Sure, you can. But as you do, give
I
me give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no.
dirty 20.
Oh,
Dirty
awesome.
20. Yeah.
So
I am just getting
That
through all
works.
good rolls right now.
As
and
you
then I'm
kind of
gonna
like
roll it.
lift
Yeah.
up,
Yeah.
it's
You
just
jinxed
this
yourself.
it's just this little issue, this tiny little halfling just reach up to this hippo that's like about 3 or 4 times her size, and you just kind of lift this bird out and keep it. And as you look up, you can almost hear and smell the slobber just plopping down from this wood onto the ground. But she doesn't care. And as you look up at this hippo, it says, "Oh, thank you. That does get a little strenuous after a time. Well, welcome to Happy Jacks."
Eh, Thank you for having us.
Yeah, sure.
Are you ready to travel in the fun house?
I think so.
Ready as we'll ever be, I guess.
Like a
Well,
strong no, but yes.
Uh, yeah.
if you want to start, you can just head right back there. And you see as this hippo just turns its head towards the back. And if anybody occurs, since even you are quite the sneaky little thing and you do like looking around, give me a perception check to see what all you see around you at this
Per-
moment.
Perception check from Arco. Yeah.
Yes, and Graf, you can as well if you're just having a look around to see, while these two are talking to the hippo. Oh, okay, awesome.
Good one here.
Oh, we'll all just
24
accidentally
from
look at
Graf.
Ishine's
Ooh.
roll from now on.
No worries, no worries. Akko, you look around and you do notice this crate. You're not able to really see beyond what the crate is because you're still feeling a little queasy. You're still also looking at the hippo to see if there is anything on the hippo to rob at the same time. There doesn't seem to be anything. You look around, and the first thing that does catch your eye is that on the right side here, is a sort of door that says only Happy Jack personnel around. There's not too much that you can see from where you are currently, but if you would like to go a little further in, you'd see much more. On the other hand, Groff, when you're looking around this room, you do notice on the far right are a couple of tables. On these tables are a variety of posters, and from your limited knowledge of just fun houses, but also a history from having been in one at a certain point of your life. You look at these and you immediately get that sense, it's just your inquisitive brain just acting up quickly that these could be posters of different acts here. You might get maybe let's say possibly if this was one of those fun houses, a map to show you what are the different attractions. But you do notice a variety of color there. Even looking around this room, you see there are what seem to be just trap doors at the sides. But these, you try to think of it, and you wonder if this is the same fun house you were part of once before, because all of this around you seems weirdly familiar. Just the coloring of this, it's too bright, and in your memories you always see these bright flashes of red, white, and blue, almost like you're running through a swirl of them at times. And it feels a little queasy, and it just adds to this uneasiness you have on this wagon. Where would you like to
I
go?
I pull Cuddles in a little tighter to me, and not feeling particularly good about it. Um, when I'm looking at these um different acts and things, do any of them jump out to me as like seemingly different than the others? Or are there any that seem off-putting? Maybe, I guess, to ask if anything here seems off-putting feels backwards, does anything seem more bad than the rest of everything?
So while you're looking at, what's on the table over there, you look at the hippo first, and bubbly. See, the word just comes back to you somehow, and even though you don't recognize this hippo, you feel like in another time when you had seen hippos for the first time, you had seen them pop out of a box like this one. It feels weirdly familiar. You're looking at the axe, and it doesn't the names seem familiar, but it seems more like a recent memory than something long forgotten. You look at a couple of posters, of different acts that each of a person, or and you see one that says like Lucy, the world's best baker, and you see this person just stand, this woman, quite busty, standing with a whisk and just has like a multitude of huge cakes in front of them that have a slight reddish tone in a weird way. You look over to Ishi when you see this one. You look at another one, and you see this stern looking man just kind of like in a very anime pose, just pushing up his glasses, and he has a chalkboard in one hand, and it says Wendrick, no tront kids on his watch. You look at one more, and there's this sort of boy, seeming kind of quite free spirited, just standing there with a huge fishing rope and this hook that seems to be almost reaching out of the poster towards you. You don't see where it leads, but it's written bigs, no fish he can't catch. But at the back too, you notice something odd in the way that the bucket sits there. The sort of meat that seems to be in this bucket doesn't seem to be fish. And at this point, it feels, you feel a lot of bad memories come back to you of people being forced to do things that they don't want to, or talents being used in monstrous ways. But nothing here seems to be anything that you recall immediately. They seem to be fresh acts, not ones that you've seen before. But the place, the vibe that you get here seems familiar.
Hmm. I shake myself out of it, and God, I really don't. I'm gonna go check out that meat. That is maybe the most upsetting thing you said.
It's the most upsetting, so don't check it out. What are
I
you
have to. I have to
doing?
know.
All
I
these
have
are
to.
in posters essentially. So it's like on paper. So you could go closer and give me one more check to kind of see if there's more things that you find in these posters. But from here right now, these are kind of like the visible
Yeah.
artwork that you can see.
Okay. Then I'm just gonna step back to the group and say like, I don't know, something's weird. It's not that I'm feeling weird or bad. It's that this place is weird and bad, and it has nothing to do with me. I'm actually fine. But what I will say is that
Okay, they're like convincing.
thank you. Yeah. No. So what I was saying, I look over at the hippo and I say,
Hello, friend.
"Hi. We're not friends.
No?
So no, I have one
Oh,
friend, my best friend. Um,
oh.
and that's it. It's just us, the two of us against the world. We're sort of kind of an anti-hero vibe. Anyways, I was wondering
Is he
where
your
we
friend? And he looks at like Cuddles almost with this sort of jealous energy, like,
yeah,
what does
he's
it
my best
take
friend.
to
You
have a
can't have it.
friend?
Yeah, it is. It's great to have a friend. Yeah, it's
Mm.
awesome. He's my best friend. He's been with me for a very long time, and right now we're on a mission. So I was just wondering if you could point us in the direction of missing children and
Missing
or
children?
Yeah, or you know what? Just any children. If there are children here, if you could just point us in the direction of them, that would be great.
Well, all children go to Happy Jack because Happy Jack loves children and he makes it fun for them. So if you find Happy Jack, you will find children. Well, I'm sure there'll be more coming here. There were a couple of children here a few days ago, but we haven't had any more recently. Hmm. Maybe this village doesn't have that many children. Usually we have a lot in every village that we go to, but this one doesn't seem to have that many.
Yeah. um. mm. So, what door do those children usually go through?
Oh, the main entrance. And like it turns and looks at Ishi like, kind of distracted, like, will you be my best friend? And looks at Jean as well. What about you? Will you be my best friend?
I'm gonna tell you guys right now, this is a super bad idea. Just please don't be friends with this hippo.
But it doesn't have a friend. Of course I'll be. No?
I could make you a friend.
Really? Will it
Of
stay with me?
of course. And I won't infuse this one with magic because I'm not wasting a third level spell on this hippo. Uh, but I will make like a little pink, as close to a hippo as I can get, balloon animal
Oh.
for this little hippo. Trying not to pop the balloons with my little kitty claws.
Do you still have your claws a little out though?
I have like little colorful caps on them.
Oh, so cute. And you're holding it out, and as you give this balloon to this hippo, it just kind of looks at her and goes, I will call it Balloony. Please, please go behind there. You can enter that way.
That's the perfect name. And
See,
I'll
perfect solution. Friend, and we get to go.
Okay. Did the second time did he point us towards the main entrance again?
Yes, so
Yes.
the main entrance is, if you can see the one in front,
Mm-hmm.
and wait, how did I? Oh, sorry. Okay, so I, yeah, that. Now it's working. I always get confused with this thing. Okay, but you do see like this sort of like path that goes front. It seems to have like blue tiles here, and that too drop as you're walking a little closer. It does. Oh wait, what's written on Jesse's head? I cannot read it.
Technical
technical
difficulties. We're
difficulty.
having
Oh.
Jesse is having some audio issues where Jesse's not really hearing what's going on.
Oh,
But
I know, I
we're
know.
attempting to fix it.
No, wait.
The talent.
Oh,
That's
wow.
Whoa.
Weirdly enough,
Fancy.
it's working this opposite way for us.
yeah, the
I
original
think
one's
it
better.
flips because that's what happens with my flag in the background. It's flipped for me here, but not on movie magic. Yeah,
Yeah. So
this
yes.
is just inclusive to the people that read backwards.
Spooky. Wah, wah, wah. Did anybody die? That's the important thing.
No, not
No,
yet.
nobody's
yet.
dead. So right now we are looking at a main entrance that a
Sorry.
hippo has sent us towards. The hippo now has a best friend, which is a balloon animal.
Called
Um,
Balloony.
I made
Balloony.
that.
Yeah,
Important.
yeah. Jean made that, and now we're just kind of I honestly, if I'm being fully honest, I'm trying to think of a good explanation as to why we shouldn't go through this main entryway. Um, for
I
people who
think we
probably
gotta.
So to
Why?
give you guys your options as well, what you see right now is the main entrance that goes front forward. On the left, you see like this little trapdoor left and right. You do get an impression, actually, since most of you have been to fun houses before, that it might be kind of like a waiting room of sorts and not anything much more than that. But you do see two locked doors in front of you. On your right, you do see a door that says for Happy Jack personnel only. So you can choose to go in any of these doors. The main entryway, you do see it's a little open, even though on the map I've shown it to you, but it seems to be kind of like you see all these walls right in front of you. You're not able to see what might be there. You see in the distance, like one wall seems to be slightly broken, but that's the scene that you have around you right now.
Mhm. All right. Well, gang, do we feel good about going through this main door, or do we feel better about going through one of these side doors? I feel like
Um,
I am. I feel like Gruff feels very. I feel like me and Gruff are on the same page right now, where that main door looks very sus, and I don't know if that's the move, but also that employee door feels like a trap. So
well,
I don't
we can
know.
get more information. I asked the hippo. I say, do we count as Happy Jack personnel, or would we be allowed through said door?
No, aren't you guests here, are you not? Aren't you here to play in the fun house? You're
I
not here
mean,
to work. The ones that work always seem so sad.
we are adults, not children.
Oh, well, I guess the adults do work here. It was more fun when the children were here, but now they're just adults around. Hmm.
So
If,
you would
if
stop us if we go through the door?
Well, I couldn't really stop you. Happy
That's
Jack told me I need to stay in this crate, so you could if you
oh
want to. But it's more fun through the main door.
Can
well. Do we want more fun?
Mm, the kids would have gone through the main door, so we could just trace their steps
But
yeah,
the
and
employee
have
door
fun.
might have some keys, back entrances, something.
I okay. Here's my thought.
Uh huh.
Let's just open the employee door just to see what's back there,
And then we
and
get ripped
then
into it.
worst comes to worst, something's back there, and we gotta fight it. Best case scenario, right inside, there's like a little place for like I guess coats and keys.
Best case
And
scenario is that the children are there and Kumi
they're
just
just
left
right
us.
there.
Yeah, Kumi just
Yeah,
says free time. You solved my fun time murder, or not murder, but you solved my fun time
Uh,
mystery. Now time to do arts and crafts.
okay. So two things I'd like to do. Number one, I'd like to approach the door. But
Okay.
while
Employee
I
door?
do what?
Employee door?
The employee door.
Okay.
I'd like to approach the employee door, and while I'm doing that, I'm gonna look at this hippo again. Can I do some type of check, maybe like animal handling or perception or something, to see
Mm,
if this hippo's under mind control? Because this hippo seems way too thrilled to be stuck in a box right now,
go
and I'm a
ahead.
little worried for him.
I'm just going to, just before we do that, I think we're having a bit of technical difficulties, especially with Akko's camp. So let's go into a break for 5 minutes if we can.
All right,
Um,
let's do it.
Producer, are you able to hear us? I just,
I think if you look in the mirror and say producer 3 times, they appear.
producer, producer, producer.
Producer, producer,
Guess it
producer.
right.
Oh my god, you guys can't see, but
And
it
what
worked.
that effect is not as good on stream, but let me tell you, in the call,
you
it
guys
was
have to
impressive.
trust us. It worked.
All right, so we're gonna go. What's up?
Hello, everyone. We are back, and last where we were, adventurers had just entered this fun house after getting off an exhilarating wagon ride through the skies of this little town. Now, as you got in here, you saw this white crate with polka dots all over it, and investigating it a little bit, you found this little baby hippo pop out with a sign that said, "Welcome to Happy Jack's Fun House." He spoke to it a little bit. He found some maybe unpleasant, a little bit upsetting information about the fun house. You do know now that the children would be where Happy Jack is. Groff, having looked at a couple of the posters on the side, you notice that these acts are not ones you remember, but this place itself seems strangely familiar. Both Jean and Ishi, you were asked whether you'd be friends with the hippo whose name is Bubbly. And Jean then produces this really cute little baby hippo pink balloon doll for it. Now, as you're standing over here and Aku, you're kind of like regaining composure. You feel much better right now. You're steadying yourself.
Yeah, that ride took a lot out of Arco.
Yeah,
That's
that
what
was
was
a rough
happening.
one.
I gotcha. I was in another world. Some other stuff was happening up here that you don't know about yet, also.
Very hard to explain.
Yeah.
As you all gathered around here, you do ask the hippo a couple of questions about which direction to take. It does tell you to go to the main entrance, the main path itself, but you do have another door at the side that says for Happy Jack personal only. You discussed briefly about whether if you had to retrace the steps of the children, as she said, you could go front because maybe that's the path they took. But drop fear a little unsettled at this point because you don't know whether that's the safest way. And Alco, there are a lot of doors here, a lot of things that you'd like to maybe try out your tools at. What is it that all of you'd like to do at this
Oh, I want to open a door.
I
What
think
should it
you
be? Door
mentioned
number
the
one? Door number two?
employee
Yeah, there's gonna
entrance, exit, whatever,
Oh,
employee
yeah,
door.
the Happy Jack
moment?
only.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to go for that one.
We double checked with the hippo. The hippo said, "I can't do anything, pal. I'm stuck to the crate, so we're not gonna get attacked if we open the door."
Who needs a hippo when you've got thieves' tools? Arco does a little trick, and they just appear in his hand.
Snap, snap, snap. Beautiful.
Okay, so
Grazie.
also when you go there, you didn't notice that this door does seem to be locked. You notice the posters around you. You can give me a perception check if you want to have another look at those posters to see if there's anything you noticed.
Yeah.
But after which you could, I think that would be your dexterity plus your proficiency for trying to open the door.
Okay. So for perception, I got a 14.
Okay.
And then for Dex, I got a 19.
Oh, awesome. So you're looking in these posters and you notice a couple of the same things that Groff had earlier. You notice a couple more acts, and there seems to be around eight different posters right here, eight different acts. Going through them, and the one that really captures your eye is one that says, Kova, the magician, he can bring any tricks to life. And now you love magical acts, but also the name Kova, you're just like, where do I remember this from? You seem to feel like you might have heard it at some point. At the moment, you can't recall where. And just as you do, almost like your brain itself is focusing on two tasks at once, you click and you can feel this door open a little.
Aha!
You look into
Guess who's the
this.
best?
Now, just before we go to you, I know, Groff, you wanted to roll animal handling to check whether you could prompt Bubbly in some way. Um, Ishi and Jean, I'd say both of you would have like advantage on this only because you've kind of interacted with the hippo a little. So you could kind of give me a round of what you'd like to do, if anything, in this room before we kind of step into the next part of them.
Um, Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do a quick animal handling check on this kid just to see like is there anything weird? I would like 'cause he said he can't leave the like Happy Jack told him not to leave the box, but can
Mm-hmm.
he physically not leave the box? Is he mind controlled? I'm not sure what's going on there. Let's
Okay.
see what's going. See what I can find out here. Not much. That's a 3, so that's a total of 9.
Okay, awesome. And yeah, sorry, Ishi and John, what would you like to do?
Uh, I'm just gonna like raise up the banner that I took from Bubbly's mouth and
Mm-hmm.
just like try to climb up a little bit, and I'm gonna tuck it into their bowl and say,
Oh,
"So now you don't have to hold it with your mouth, and you can talk to everyone who comes over, okay?" And I'm just gonna
thank
like
you.
tuck it in, and then I'm gonna say, "Why is Bubbly? Can I like we're friends now? Can you can you can you tell me why everyone is sad here?" You said
Well,
everyone who works here is sad.
well, this this fun house it shifts and takes different shape according to how Happy Jack feels. And Happy Jack's really excited right now, and he's very happy because he has new friends, new children that's come to visit him. But also, like, I don't really like the new people here. They seem a little mean, I don't know, kind of burdened by something. And it's at this point, Groff, when you try to like cut in and talk, you look at each other and it's just this unspeakable emotion between you two before you both look away. Jean, what would you like to do?
Oh god. I feel like this is highest stakes but also lowest stakes. Like we're just trying to figure out what door to go through, but this could be it, man.
Just D&D and doors, man. It's just the doors curse always.
The Doors episode. Always.
Yeah, I think.
Ah,
See, I'm also trying to memorize any spells that I have that could help, but honestly, I just took. I took the Klein spells. I took the Klein spells, you guys, and one that says
Con-
catnap. Because I'm a cat.
I I have some spells that would be useful. I just have limited slots. So
Oh,
Do it for
well,
the
I'm
flavor.
swimming in slots, baby. I think
I
I'll hold off for now. I'll just give uh our hippo friend a nod and make sure that their balloon animal friend is, tucked in tight and is gonna be safe, I guess. Maybe I like rub them against my fur so then they like rise up and like stick to them with static. Um uh and yeah, then I'll follow Arco into mystery door number 1.
okay.
Ha ha ha.
And
yeah.
Rafa and Ishi, are you following as well?
Yeah, I'm just gonna like I'm gonna like see everyone heading into like the entrance, and I'm gonna say, okay, so Bubbly, I need to go, but I'm gonna come back, and then we can go out and see other places. Okay, so you can leave the box then. Cool.
Okay, okay,
Okay,
thank
okay.
you.
And I'm gonna like give a little pat, and then like climb down, and then head after the others.
And actually, even as you're like walking into this other room, and you see Aku kind of opening it wider, and they're all like quite tall, and even this crate that Bubbly was in is quite big as well. And especially for someone as tiny as yourself, it seems almost larger than you. And even though, for you, being in a crate such as that would have had a lot of space around you. Just the idea of being stuck in something like that again, kind of, even though you came in here, we're quite optimistic, you came in here excited to see more. Just seeing, someone like a hippo that could actually talk back to you, just being stuck in a position like that, being said that it can't leave, kind of just tugs at your heart. And as you grow through this, you hope that you don't need to travel too far in here. You don't need to have that sensation of feeling trapped again in a place. while you go through this, and you really hope that there are not too many doors to open before you can find the kids again. But you all start to go into this next room, and oh god, I hope our will works properly with this. Okay, let's see. Come on. Yes. Okay. So you go into this corridor. Now, on either sides of this long corridor with like white wooden panels are doors on each side. You see, like there are about four where you're at right now, just after the doorway. Up ahead, you do see the inkling of another turning, but also another door at the end of this passageway. Would you like to investigate any of these rooms? Aku, you would be the first one to see through this, so you could give me. You could try the first couple of doors immediately, or go forward.
Um, do any of the doors have any markings or like are they all very similar? Are they different at all?
Even just looking at it, and you have quite your way with doors, so you know how a traditional lock looks, or some sort of like what could fit into it. And as you're looking at these, they look mostly kind of like worn down, more like storage closets. And even having just seen the other room and the other door leading into the main entrance, you do think that looked a bit fancier than this one, really. So you think that maybe, remembering the sign for Happy Jack's personnel only, you think that maybe there are probably rooms for the people working here?
Okay. Can I just try and open like the first one I get to and just see if it's unlocked?
Got it. Would you like to try the left or the right?
Left.
Okay. So it opens up pretty easily. And when you look inside, you just kind of find uh, just kind of like these supply closets that kind of sit empty. Even looking at it, they seem unused. There's just some
Ooh.
marks all over it. It seems kind of shabby. The walls seemed almost banged up, and there seems to be these mysterious, like almost like dried puddles, or as you're looking at closer, it seems to almost take a shape. Like liquid trails that something must have been here. Yeah, something here might have been like used recently, or something here might have been here recently.
Can I investigate those puddles and try and figure out what they are? Like what
Go
liquid was
ahead.
there?
Yeah, give
Oh
Should
me
I
God.
do should I do
give me an
investigation?
investigation. Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was so close to being bad. 17.
It's just some juice spilled on the ground. That's it. It's just some little orange juice. Oh
I
no,
pull
So
out a
someone with the
straw and
claws.
It's
you drink it
fine.
up,
It's
yum yum yum.
So as you're looking around, you're trying to look at these puddles, see if they react in some way. And it smells kind of weird, like it's almost earthy, mixed with like this tang of this metallic flavor that you can almost taste in your mouth, that you've associated earlier with Akko, and either in possibly performing an unsatisfactory act and getting a bad review with like a punch to the face, or otherwise just trying to perform an act and feeling helplessly. So, but when you're going here, it feels weirdly almost, and you have traversed through jungles before, and it feels kind of like reptilian almost. You don't know whether it's the slime of like, something long without legs, or something closer to ponds. But when you're looking around, you do notice hidden away to the side is this fang of sorts. It looks like it would possibly, on a closer investigation, you think it belongs to, and thinking of just reptiles itself, the first thing you think of is maybe snakes. But you haven't really seen something like this before. But even looking at it, you do kind of take a bit of caution before touching it, because this greenish slime rests all over it. But would you still
Hmm.
like to pick it up?
I think instead of just picking it up right away, I'm gonna call back to the others and say, I found something cool. Who wants to pick it up?
Yeah, I'll go in and see what Arco's up to.
Hmm.
To
And
And
Ishi?
I'd
I'm
also
gonna
yeah,
I'm
say,
gonna also like
I'd also say, Akko, while you're looking at this, you do kind of see tucked away at this corner what seems to be a tongue.
A
Only
tongue?
it seems to be made out of stone.
Oh, I don't like that. I'm not touching that. Is it like a human tongue? Like a or a lizard tongue, a forked tongue?
It seems more like just kind of looking at your own tongue, and it's slightly forked for just your inferior nature. It does look more kind of like the idiotic like kids on your street sometimes who just stick their tongue at you out at you before
Oh,
throwing a potato like a tomato or something and running away.
okay. A bad kid's tongue. Got it.
of course. Can I look at this tooth and see if I recognize it
You could
here?
give me
can I
Oh,
yes, go
yeah,
help
ahead.
with
sorry.
that?
Ooh.
As like a forest gnome, maybe I'd
Mm-hmm.
like know animals a little bit. So could I
Oh
help with
yes,
that?
yes, you could both give me a nature check.
Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Nice. All right. Nature is not my best, but we will see. I did not do well. I got an 8.
Oh, rip.
Okay. And is she?
Nine.
A 9. Okay. So you both look at this and you kind of have the same sort of thoughts that Arco did, that this might belong to a snake of some kind. But I'd say that just from, having been around nature so much, you do identify the sort of slime on it might have properties of poison.
So
Oh.
this kind of yeah, this doesn't look great. Like I wouldn't eat it. You know, this slime flea.
It's good to know that you wouldn't eat it. That's um
But would you feed it to others?
Um, that is a great idea. We
Maybe
could work
people
with
you
that. And she just like
people you
starts
don't like.
like yes, and she's gonna pull out like her dagger and maybe like one empty vial, and she's gonna start scooping it up with her dagger and putting it into the vial.
Oh, she's so smart. I love Ishi. Ah, Ishi. This is why I like you.
uh Groff will
Okay.
nod and be like, "Yeah, that's actually, I'm willing to admit that it's actually a pretty good idea." And I'm gonna dip some arrows into this stuff. Who knows what this is gonna do? But I'm intrigued.
Glad to
Mhm.
see the green slime is cool enough for you.
I don't know what you're. I don't know what you're talking about. That's
Uh-huh.
not why I do things. It's more about I'm kind of an unnaturally dark and edgy sort of. I'm kind of on
The
the
rainbows you threw
bleeding
up earlier
edge.
weren't dark.
Kind of bright.
Okay, well, what about we check out these other doors, huh, man?
Okay,
We check out those doors.
sure.
All right, Gruff, please go ahead. You go to the door on the right if you'd like, and you can check that one.
Yep, I was gonna go. I'm gonna go to the door on the right, but not because you suggested it. I was actually gonna go there anyways.
Yeah, I yes,
Yep,
I'll
yep.
follow
So
your
I'm
lead.
gonna walk over and I'll open up the door on the right.
Got it. So you open it up and it looks quite similar to the one that you were just in. It seems to be a couple of unused supply closets, but you do see like a few cans of paint that are like of red, blue, and white. And you think, okay, maintenance probably. If you'd like to look at it a little closer and see if you can find something more, give me an investigation check.
I will do that, but I think the first thing I say is paint room, classic. It's a classic paint room. Don't worry about it, guys. Seems normal to me. That is another 8. That is a perfect second 8.
Can I get in on this investigation check?
Yeah, go ahead. You could
Okay.
either
I
help or do your own
no,
role.
no. I want to do it myself and see if I beat. Oh no, that was a 22.
Oh my god!
So Arco's
I look and say, "Don't worry, guys. There's nothing to find here," and I confidently walk away from the right
I
and
love
side.
it
Arco's just
because
like over Graf's shoulder, being like, hmm.
and I could totally see like Arthur just kind of like, tail or swishy swing, just like go into the room and very like Pink Panther music playing in the background as they just like go look around. And Arthur,
Ding,
as you
ding.
do, you see a sort of like brass brooch, and it's in the shape of a smiling mouth. Next to it, you also, and this kind of takes you back a bit because it's the head of a tiny snake.
Does the tongue fit in the head?
When you pop in back, Jean, and you're just like looking out there, and you pick up. Have you picked up the little tongue?
Oh, I'll do it now, I guess, because everyone else has.
So you pick it up, and it feels coarse in your hand, almost like a tiny pebble, a stone almost. And it's odd because even looking at it, this is such a finely detailed stone right here. And you take it, and as you move back to look at this dead snake head, you get closer to just examine it, and you notice that something seems odd about it. And looking at it further, would you reach out to pick it up? Actually, you have dark vision. So I'd say even in this crooked corner, you're looking at it and your little feline instincts catch in. And you immediately know this is not alive. And even when you pick it up, it just seems to be a sock puppet, a snake sock puppet.
I'm including this in all my future acts. Incredible.
My God! Wow, you have a second part to your act now. It's incredible.
This is the
Yeah.
real reason we came here to help Jean perfect her
For
act.
more material, yeah.
This is criminal. Okay, I'm going down to the next door.
Awesome.
Oh yeah,
Got it.
new door to find nothing behind. Yes.
Okay, you know what? I found everything I needed to find behind
Oh
that door.
sure.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I have
Do
a
you
real
get?
quick question.
Mhm.
Sorry. So there was the sock puppet. Was there a separate item, or was that the only item that we saw?
So you saw a sock puppet, you saw a
Mhm.
brooch that was in the
Okay,
shape
there
of
was a
lips.
brooch.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna pick that up.
And I'd say Akko, just because you got like a really high investigation check on that. Right behind, the tucked away is this splash of red. And when you reach out to feel it, it's soft. And it seems almost like a tunic.
Okay, I'll pick that up too.
You pick it
Fashion.
up, and right in front is this large face of a clown. And Groff, over your shoulder as you see the smiling face as well. You remember every fear you had of clowns, and you're just like, no. And like, and
Grandpa, you
Arco, you see written over there, let's be happy in Happy Jacks.
Oh,
And it's just like painted on or
Yeah,
like stitched on. I
it's
love
more
this.
painted on.
It's
absolutely
mine
not.
forever now. Arco
I'm
like
using
lifts
I'm
it up.
using my party veto on this. We can't. I can't.
You're using your
Yeah.
party veto on that, not
Yeah.
my little guy.
Oh, absolutely not. Why? Why did you have that ready to go? That's so worrying.
Never
I think we
question a
should
clown.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
You
Yeah,
said a
I'll
sock puppet, right?
I almost
I
had a heart attack
turned.
for that. That was amazing.
You
What
just
a delivery!
yeah.
Oh my god, that is such a satire.
No, I guess I can't now, but I turn to Arco and I say, listen, I didn't want to do this, but as your employer, I'm gonna have to ask you not to wear that.
Arco is going to say, "Of course," and like drape it over his arm and be like, "I would never do such a thing," and
Say,
then walk out of the room with it.
hmm, okay. Uh, I guess I would like to walk up to. Is there another door in this hallway?
Yes, there are two more immediately in front of you, one on the left and one on the right. You and Ishi are in the corridor, so you could take either one each, maybe. Ishi, would you
Yeah,
like to investigate it or two?
yeah. I look over at Ishii. I say, please pick a door. Not that I'm preparing myself for anything or recovering from any sort of recent scare, but you should pick first.
Okay, I don't know why you do that. You're like really brave. And I'm gonna go eeny, meeny, miny, mo. That one. And I'm just gonna pick the one on the right.
The one on the right. Awesome. And so, Ishi, as you go over there, you open this door, and immediately you hear like this kind of like sound of snoring from inside. And you see like this figure of a person just kind of like crouched in the corner, and they seem to be in deep slumber, and they're just whispering to themselves like, no, 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 we need to have fun, we need to have fun, yes, fun is what we need to do.
I'm gonna like close it and then just like turn to others. I think there's someone sleeping in there. We shouldn't disturb them.
Can
They're
I?
they're
Employee,
talking.
I feel like
I
we
don't
should
know, but
disturb them, get more information.
but okay, but we're not supposed to be here. Okay, we
True.
can disturb them. They are talking about how everyone is supposed to have fun in their sleep. So
Okay. Yeah, no, seems normal and fine. I'm gonna listen at the other door and see if I hear anything in there.
So you go closer, Croft, but as you're even standing at the door, there's not much you can hear inside. It seems to be quite silent.
Then I will open the door.
You open the door, and what you see inside is wooden dolls lying on a table. And they seem to have like unrealistically perfect details. They look so realistic. They look almost like unpainted humanoid figures just lying there. Next to it, you see a couple of tins of paint. But there's one thing that kind of stands out to you, and that's just a pop of brown in the middle of all these whitish wooden dolls.
I guess I move carefully in to look at that.
You walk in and you get closer, and you see that parts of brown are just sticking out under this mass of white. You go closer, almost hesitant to breathe, wondering whether something will just jump out at you right now. Nothing does. But you notice that what you imagined as first initially as fur now turns out to look more like straw. And it seems to have like this figure of like a straw doll almost. And you see a piece of paper just sticking out from underneath this mass of white dolls, and it seems to be almost pinned to the straw doll.
I read it. I pull it out and read the paper.
Bum,
Not
bum, bum.
thrilled by that, but I will do it.
You take out the straw doll and it has almost like a red bow tie tied around its neck. The paper pinned to its chest says, Timothy says hi.
Cool. I Timothy. Yeah. Okay. I well, I turn back to the party and I say, not that I'm scared because I kind of think it's actually kind of cool. But this doll has a note on it. And it's not like the other ones. And if anybody has any thoughts, should I maybe throw it away or burn it? Um,
A note,
maybe,
a piece of paper. Is that what's getting
yeah,
you scared?
no, no, no. Because
Oh, okay, of course.
I'm not scared of pretty much anything except for like the normal things. Um,
Like this, and Arco holds up to me to
oh,
put the face on
Jesus.
it.
No, 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 not that. Not that, because that would be. And I would ask you to put that away again, because I am your employer currently. Um, what I'd say is that the note is worrying to me because I don't know who Timothy is, and maybe Timothy's out to get me or something. I don't know. There could be.
That's awfully paranoid,
Yes.
if I say so
Very
myself.
self-centered to think a random Timothy behind the employee door of a Happy Jack Fun Studio is out to get you.
You
But who
specifically.
knows?
Who knows?
It could be one of the kids, and I'm gonna try and remember, like, when we met the parents, did we hear like Timothy at any point? Just like,
Mm,
So give me a history check or just a wisdom check. No, actually, give me
uh,
yeah a wisdom check or a history check.
Timothy.
Anybody have a new name for this friend?
yeah.
Shenanigans.
Contraband.
Oh, it matches my flower.
That is that is a 6.
So you try to
Hmm.
remember the names, but right now you were thinking more of like all the food stalls you passed on your way and couldn't buy from. And that just kind of makes you sad. And you're just kind of like, what was their name? Was it cupcake? Was it candy? Was it corn?
Cobb.
Cupcake Candy Corn. That's their full name. First name
Nice.
Cupcake, last name Candy Corn.
but but
Middle
Akko,
name Cobb.
You hearing the name Timothy being repeated so many times, it, it's something.
Timothy, Timothy,
It's
Timothy.
yeah, and you're just like, wait a second. I say this name ever so often as I whisper into my little satchel to my favorite
You
toy.
You fucking. Ah! You're doing it
Dun
to me.
dun. I
Mm.
see a
Uh,
look on Arco's face, and I hand the doll to Arco, and I say, "What's up?"
You say what's up
I say, "What is up with
in
you right now?"
in a very like grave, intense voice. Argo stares at the doll and says, "The sky." And
incredible.
claps.
Oh,
Very good.
oh, I get it. Okay, okay, yeah,
Thank
that
you.
one took me a minute. This is the
Gruff, you
worst
need
thing
to
I've
live a
ever done.
little. Argo
This
just
is,
like smacks Gruff on the back, like,
yeah,
Uh,
yeah, no,
and
okay.
it makes a nice
I do
sound.
wish to take a look at all these dolls.
And we should be
I
quiet because
swear,
someone's sleeping. Like, it's like a little
Yeah.
quiet.
I swag ask if you have like little white dolls on your desk right now. Selling your big eye. After you pick these up, I am so terrified. You walk in, they're highly detailed dolls, and even looking at it, it almost feels like you know, it's at the time when you can almost find a face in anything, and when you see that face, it almost feels like you've seen it before. And even looking at these, you think of just like people that you might have seen as you've gone across many towns, that sort of very common face. But even as you do, it keeps appearing in the back of your head in the times that you have stood so still in a performance and have had multiple people just looking at you.
Unsettling, of course.
Hmm.
But not something I want to dwell on. I leave the room.
What a hero.
So
Um,
Can
and to be clear, was there any other doors in this hallway besides the four that we've already seen?
So you do see up ahead now, right beyond these two doors on the left is a corridor that goes up. You also notice that the corridor that you're standing in right now extends a bit into the distance as well, where you can see four additional doors.
so many doors.
This is torture.
Ah,
Hmm.
I
should
have
we
an
each check
idea.
on one?
Yes, Ishi, you read my mind.
At the exact same time.
Yes. And
Yes.
Arco darts
Oh,
over to
so
one of the doors
I
and
just
holds
had an idea
holds
that
them up.
maybe all of us should each check one door. Not, I just had that idea. Oh, did you guys already? Yeah, so I also had that idea.
Yes,
Uh,
Ruff,
It's
you're
a
a team
great
player.
idea.
I love this.
Yes.
All right,
Also,
decide my
just
door.
gonna go
okay,
to the
so
farthest away door.
yeah, could you place your tokens where you're
Yeah.
Yes.
at?
Hold on, here we go.
And I will just, I mean, honestly, there's nothing inside here, so we're using the power of imagination, but look at pretty squares, I guess.
I love squares. Look at them. They're all color coordinated too. I'll go to
Look at me.
this
I was
door.
looking at the wrong part of the map.
You
Okay.
fool.
Yeah.
I'll be
Okay.
this door if that makes sense. Or no, I'll be
Nope,
this door across
we're
from Ruff.
next up. There it is.
Yep.
Got it.
More
And
I
now,
got
doors.
distracted by the pretty colors.
oh my God. Okay, so you look. This is so sad to see. How about
All
you all
right,
give me an
guys.
investigation check?
Yes.
Investigation.
Yeah.
No. The
Do I hear
Bane.
Darkest Dungeon
Plus
music
0.
playing?
Let's go,
Can I make?
baby.
Can I use perception instead? I don't
Uh,
want to use investigation.
Investigation. Where are you? Plus 3, baby. Let's go. Oh shit.
Oh, nat 20. Let's go.
Yay!
I got an 8, so you're finally better than me at something. Congratulations.
Wow. I feel so honored.
I'm debating whether or not to use my class ability. How important is this investigation roll? And I think it's
Not
I don't
really.
think so.
yeah, I
I
know,
Not
but it's
really.
well,
It
mainly
looks
I don't
like
want to be
crash.
beaten by Grov.
If it's fun, you should do it.
Yeah, no, I got a 6. I don't think
Ah.
I'm gonna do much better than that, to be honest.
I got a
What
nap
about you?
too.
A
And
nine.
that's Ralph, you're the only
Which
one doing good
totals
this
to
time.
5
You
if
know,
it
so
makes
like
any difference.
all of you kind of like in this really like kind of like Power Rangers go mode, kind of run to the next four
Oh
doors,
yeah.
ready to open them up, just find any sort of trinkets, anything before just like moving in and seeing whether there's anybody else there. The three of you don't really find anything. You just find a supply
Oh.
closet. You find more like tunics, more clothing. You find paint. You even find like some tools at some points.
Ooh.
But Groff, as you enter one, and almost kind of like right there for you to pick it up and own, you find a small bag.
I look down and I say, well, nothing but a small bag in here. And I consider leaving it. But I think Cuddles will go grab it and bring it back.
And
And I go,
it's
oh,
kind of like, like Cuddles just kind of like flops down on the floor and just goes up and gets it. And when they come back, and it's almost like, when you're not looking into the room, that he does this and he's suddenly back at you in a very Toy Story style, just holding it in pose. Just kind of like, you don't see me move when you're looking at me. And you take the bag and you feel something kind of hard inside it.
I open it up and I don't reach inside. I dump it into my hand.
As you do, it kind of like gets caught in the cloth a bit, almost tearing it or pulling at the threads a bit. And as it falls into your hand, it immediately shines quite brightly, as if catching the light. And you look at this, and it's something, it's almost like you're holding it here, and right beyond your vision is Cuddles. And just looking at it, it's the same sort of vibrant green. But this, unlike your little plushy companion, looks to be an actual dragon scale, and a green one at that.
Is it? It's guys. This is a dragon scale. It's like because I have a dragon, so oh, that's really cool. Oh, that's really
That's
cool.
amazing.
I um. I turned to the group and I said, I don't know what it's dragon, right? So good, I think. I'm gonna keep this. Um I put it in my pocket and I say, you know what? I guess I will deal with this one later. Uh
So, does anybody have a perception over 16?
I
Oh,
do.
passive or
Passive.
what's
Oh,
Yeah.
not
15.
me?
Hmm.
I have a passive perception of 19.
Got it. So I'd say, oh, so Groff, even with your investigation check and your high perception, you did notice that at the end of the hallway is this door. But I'd say I'd just open this bit up for you, because you would have seen it while slowly going to the end to follow your companions. But you
Mm-hmm.
see this corridor at the side as well, and it
All
leads
right.
to what you can kind of immediately see as three more doors. So, and just the size of the doors itself kind of look like larger roofs instead of closet spaces again.
All right, cool. I will go. I'll say to the group. All right. Well, it looks like we found everything of importance over here. Great work, team. Really accomplished that one. A special shout out to Cuddles for finding Green Dragon Scale. Thank you.
Good job, Cuddles.
Will
Cuddles does
Cuddles get
take a
Employee of the
small
Month?
bow.
Cuddles definitely gets Employee of the Month.
Employee of the month, yeah. But Cuddles is always the employee of the month in my book. It's just a wall. um, and all right, gang. So let's go down that hallway, and we'll see what's down there. Um, execute, of course, plan Alpha 13, and I guess start walking down the hallway.
Um, before we go, can I pick up one of the tunics and see if it also has Happy Jack on it? Because I also want it.
Oh my god, yeah. Draw me like draw me a d20. And
Okay,
if
okay,
it's
okay.
below a 10, I'll give you a shirt.
Wait,
Just because your luck works that way, Yashi. That's all.
16. Sadly.
Oh
You know, I think if Arko sees Ishi like digging through, Arko's gonna go over and be like, Ishi, here, take this. And he's gonna give her the tunic that he had. He's like, shh, don't tell Groff. Just when you feel it's appropriate, just show it to him and let him know that
Okay,
you have it.
okay, okay, okay. And I'm gonna
It's
take it.
our secret.
Yes. And I'm gonna
And then
put
he
it in
sneaks away.
my cap, like beneath my chest cap, just like
All right. Well, when I find out what you guys are scared of, then I'll exploit that, I guess. My parents were killed, okay? You
I
have
don't
to be
have any
nice to
parents.
me.
And Arco skips
I'm just
jauntily along.
imagining. Do you know that scene from Cruella, the new one, where like the Dalmatians kill her mother, but it's just Groff and Klein's. It's just Klein's.
It's pretty much exactly how it went down.
I haven't seen the new Cruella, so thanks for the spoiler.
All you need to
It's
know is
first
that
5 minutes. Don't worry about it.
Oh my
during
god,
during
they
the
killed her
pre-pro for
mom.
it, somebody
Yeah, that's
literally
her
made the
tragic
joke.
backstory.
Somebody
Killed
there was like literally a joke of like it would only make sense if her parents were killed by Dalmatians, and then in the first 5 minutes of the film, her mother is killed by Dalmatians. It is
Oh my
truly
god.
it's a beautiful piece of film. Um,
I never
but
knew my father.
I start walking down the hallway, and when I see the rest of the group just walking behind me, I say, "Good, yes, Alpha 15, exactly as we practiced."
You just said
Um,
13.
I thought it was 8.
no, Alpha 8 is when you walk in front and I'm in the back.
Ah. So we're doing the usual suspects. I see. That's the darkest John reference.
So, would all of you like to go into that corridor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of
Awesome.
course.
Yes, let's go. And what would be your walking order?
Obviously, Groff has to be in the front. It is Alpha
Gotta be up
13.
front.
I'll go second while the others trade tunics in the back.
I'll be
Okay.
at the very back if
Her-
she wants to.
Yep.
I'll
Yeah.
protect everyone.
Awesome. So, Groffy immediately noticed two doors, one on your left and one on your right. The one on your left seems to be kind of like withered almost. You do notice that, some parts of the door itself seems to be slightly damaged. On the right, the door that you see seems to lead to like maybe what looks to be like another storage room of sorts. In front of you, it seems to be a little more brightly colored, as if on the other side of it were a door that was quite, fun looking.
So, fun or less fun?
Fun. Always
Fun,
fun.
of course.
So, God, that was a mistake of a question. I put Kyle's down next to me on the ground just so that he's ready to go if I need him.
Hmm.
Effectively using my action to summon him, which is just putting him down. And I will open the fun looking door,
Got
kind of
it.
with one hand while drawing a knife just in case.
Okay. What's your passive perception at?
My passive perception is a 19.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
So you
I
slowly,
have expertise in perception.
Oh, that's why.
so you start
Maybe
walking
it is a good thing
forward.
that we let you go first.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you can believe it, that was on purpose.
Good thing I'm in the back because mine's an 11.
So, and the rest of you, you could also check out any of the other rooms if you want to, because I know I feel like to be a little sneaky. But, Groff, as you walk forward, you're just listening, trying to see whether you can hear anything on the other side. All around you, and it seems to be like you're noticing this for the first time after having gotten off the crate and coming here. You hear like a sort of faint music of like a sort of circus theme just radiating through the air silently. It's not really loud, it just plays in the background. And as you open this door, immediately you see in front of you this sort of lump. It seems to be clothing of sorts, but as you open it a little wider, it seems to be a person lying in an awkward angle in front of you. Next to them is a weird looking modified wand of sorts. But it's hard to really gauge the features of this person because as you're opening the door, a sudden bright glint hits your eyes, and you notice that the wall right next to you seems to be paneled in a reflective glass. And even as you open the door, you start to see yourself appear in this panel of glass.
I I lean down to check out the person laying at an awkward angle here, and I tell I have Cuddles go and grab the wand thing.
Mm-hmm.
Um and can I do a medicine check or something on the body here to see what's going on here? This person seemingly hurt or alive? I guess
Go
is
ahead.
maybe a better question.
You could give me a medicine check.
All right, cool.
And
That's gonna be a 19 total.
oh, lovely. So, while you're looking at this, it seems almost like unmoving. And the more you look at it, it looks like a human corpse. Next to it, you watch as Cuddles kind of reaches and grabs this thing. And it's a sort of unique looking metal wand with a sort of wooden handle and a leather shoulder strap. And fastened to this shoulder strap, you see six small tubes with copper caps.
Hmm. Do we? Is it a flute? Am I looking at a flute?
It looks honestly kind of like a sort of gun of sorts.
Oh
And you
God.
see a sort of compartment where, let me just pull up a photo for you all. One sec. But you see that it seems to have like a strap, and on the strap are the compartments of what look like a sort of like something that, I mean, now you as a player would identify as sort of like bullets.
I have a gun. Okay.
Wait, it
Have
really
a
just hit me that
gun?
we're playing D&D and this is a gun.
I pick up this wand gun and I give Cuddles a pat on the head and I say, "Great job, buddy." And then
This is what it
I,
looks like. I hope it's like come up on your screen.
oh my
Yes,
God,
Noted.
it has.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's a
that's really
gun.
cool.
That's a big
It
pew
looks
pew.
like a trumpet and then a gun.
It's a
Yeah.
blunderbuss kind of looking
Yeah.
bad boy. I
Just oh my god, the gun that I had right under my desk.
Oh no!
whoa!
Ah,
Whoa, just like
Nobody
whoa!
moved.
But you find
Who
I
this,
gave the clown a gun?
you could give me like maybe a sort of intelligence check to kind of understand the properties of it, and I could send that over.
Ruff, have
yeah
you ever
no.
seen a gun?
I'm gonna
Or
do a
actually,
quick
I mean, like, what would the three of you be doing at this point? Where would you be? Like, do you want to check any of the rooms next to you, or would you like to go forward?
Ah,
I'm just
I
gonna like
want to.
lie flat on the floor. Sorry,
No, no.
lie flat on the floor and then look beneath the door and to see inside
Oh,
the room.
amazing! Give me a perception check with advantage because you're. I think you have dark vision. You do.
I do gnomes have dark vision?
I
I
believe
think some
gnomes
do.
do
Oh,
have dark
sorry, a
vision.
gnome. Why have I put halfling everywhere? I must go and change that.
It's cause little.
I know. I think it's like the beautiful brown skin that she has.
Yeah, I have uh, dark
Yeah.
vision.
Amazing.
Okay.
Okay. So give me a perception check with advantage.
Go, Ishi. Go, Ishi, go.
Go, Ishin, go.
It's 8 with advantage. So
So wait, what was the
So,
other thing you rolled?
7.
Oh,
killing
cool.
it.
Okay.
So,
Hey.
So, Ishi, looking, I mean, even actually, honestly, at your angle itself, what you do immediately notice is the room on your left seems to have like some sort of web like texture just kind of peeping under the edge. And even where you see that the door is broken, you see like pieces of, you don't know whether it's cloth or web like material kind of sticking from it. On your right, when you're looking down, you do see a sort of glint of what you imagine to be either glass or a mirror or something like that. So that's what you see on either side.
I'm gonna call out to others. I think there's some web in there, and like something shiny, like a mirror. Do, do,
Shiny? Did you say shiny?
Shiny,
I
and you're
did
good
see
with sticky fingers. Sticky web should be no
shiny.
problem for you.
Do you want to open this? And I'm gonna
I
get
would
up
like to try.
and I'm gonna move to the side.
Go ahead, give me a sleight of hand. Actually, no, or actually, give me your dex plus your proficiency. I think it is.
Ooh. All right.
So
DX. Less proficient. Oh. Ooh, that's not good. I think in total that's big ol' 5.
oh, what?
Or
Wait,
it might be an
what?
8. Hang on. I think I miscalculated.
Wait,
If
wait,
it's just
wait. I think that
yeah.
would be so. Your dex is you'd get a plus six in total, so a d20 plus six.
Okay, so it'd be a 2 plus 6, which is an 8.
Wow.
Oh no!
We've rolled a
Yep.
lot of eights today, gang.
Oh my god.
We're getting them out now. Getting them out of the way.
So you're
Sure.
trying to open it, and you could instead, if you want, I'd allow you to kind of, since you're not getting a handle on this lock, to use a strength check to pull at the door because it is quite weak on the hinges right now.
All right, let's do it. Arco gets
Arco the
Could I
frustrated.
try
strongest
to
of us.
help? Could I
Well,
try to
that's
help with my minus two strength?
Yes, go ahead. You can
Yeah.
take the
Oh,
whisk and start beating at the door.
yeah, yeah,
yes.
yeah, yeah.
So Arco starts getting frustrated. He's like, Ishi, are you with me? And then he goes,
Yes.
he plants a boot on the wall and he goes,
And I'm gonna
and
pull
I
it, Arco.
yeah, I got a dirty 20, so I think it'll be fine.
Awesome. And you pull it back and you both fall backwards, but now the door's kind of like come off its hinges and lying to the side.
When the door comes off, I immediately peer into the room to see if there's anything about to jump out at us.
You look in, and what you see is this room um, kind of like, what do you say? Like something seems to be growing out of it in a way, and it shocks you for a moment because it's you just see like strings just put all around the room, and they initially look like webs, but as you look closer at it, it seems to be like a variety of strips of cloth just hanging off the sides. And even from here you can see the like ruggedness of the floor, and it seems to be broken up, and there's like a largish hole in the center, and these webs kind of creating a sort of cushion over the top.
There's a big hole.
Not wrong.
uh, does anybody have anything to poke it with?
Do I have anything to poke it with?
I
Let me
have
see.
a
What do I got?
crossbow bow, and I'm
I have a rapier. I'll do it. And I just kind of shink whatever's covering the hole, cushioning the hole out of the way.
A shank is not a poke.
I meant
I
shink, not
shank
shank.
it. I stab it so hard.
Hey! I take out my
I stab
bloodlust
to
on this
kill.
thing.
You pull at it, and sorry, you take, well, what were you using to push at this?
My rapier.
Shank.
Okay, you're pushing it. You're pushing
Yeah,
your
my
rapier
shiv.
into the, and you're cutting. You can hear the strips of cloth just ripping apart as your rapier just kind of like swings through. Give me a dexterity saving throw at this point.
Oh shit!
+8, baby. Come on.
Oh
don't talk
yeah, that's
about.
Oh, that's a
great.
24.
Oh, awesome. So as you're pushing your rapier through and you're pulling it, you can almost feel it. The cloth feels almost elasticy in nature, and it's hanging at your rapier, but you're cutting right through it. And at one point, it almost seems to pull at you, trying to pull you into this hole in the center. But you stop at the last second and you cut through it, and you just find your holding, and you stand at the edge of this doorway and look in. You see this largish hole. At the back, you see something written as what you make out in letters to mean costumes. But the thing that look you as you look down into this hole, you do see that it extends a little downwards. There seems to lead into another room of sorts. You could give me a perception or an investigation check to see if you can see anything sticking out of the hole or whether you can see anything in, or if you have anything else that you'd like to do with this hole.
Uh, I don't have anything good for
Holes.
seeing. I guess I can do perception. I got dark vision, all that good stuff. If anybody wants to throw like a torch down there, maybe or something. Perception.
Hmm.
Let's go. Uh-oh, that's an
I
8.
I can
Oh,
set
That's
it
an
on
8.
fire if you want.
Oh,
I'm just gonna ask. Like, I can set it on fire if you want. Like that would give life.
It
I don't.
would.
Not to get all gruff on this, but I don't think setting it on fire would be the best decision at the moment.
Please, please.
Gruff's
Meanwhile,
not here. Gruff's in
cut
another
to
room
the
with a
next
buddy.
room where Groff is just holding a gun. Just like, huh.
I forgot about the gun.
I hope nobody's shit talking me right now.
Jesus. Here. Let me just. Can I just peer into the hole because I have dark vision?
go ahead.
Yeah. Perception.
Yes. Or even an
Thank.
investigation, either one that you'd like.
Oh well, I rolled a 7 on my perception. It's
7
either
or an
end,
8. That's all we can
baby.
do. It's a
It's
7
a
or it's an
7
8.
or I'm getting like 7s, 8s, and then 20s, so I'm okay with this.
6 of one, half a dozen of the other, you know?
So you
Yeah.
don't really see much inside the hole, but since both of you do have dark vision and you're peering quite closely, what you can see is glints of maybe some sort of metallic structure underneath. You do see like paper around, and if you'd like to give me a successful maybe sleight of hand check, you could
Ooh.
pull like this piece of paper that's sticking out to the side. But when you're looking into the hole, there's not much you can see. And even when you're trying to listen for any movement, there's nothing you can hear.
Okay, well, I rolled a sleight of hand, and I rolled a 4, but I have a +6, so that's a 10 total.
Can I also roll a sleight of hand?
Go ahead. And both of
Damn.
you can just kind of like reach out at the same time, paw to hand.
28.
Wow! Holy shiz!
I have +11.
Oh,
I have to have good sleight of hand for my claws to be able to make balloons out
Balloon
of.
animal?
Yeah, this is my balloon animal sleight of hand.
it's like, you know, your little clips almost kind of like reach out and pick at this paper. And as you bring it in, I'm just going to show
Wait, I
you.
reach out with my guy.
Ah! Do you get a bonus because of the sock puppet?
Yeah, it's actually a magical item.
Oh,
So you pick up this paper, and it seems to be like a sort of a weathered pamphlet of sorts. This is what you can read on it.
ooh!
So
The
it kind of
trinket
like
gimmer?
so as like Ishi and as Ishi and Akko kind of like move closer to you to kind of look at this, what you all can kind of see is that it seems to be kind of like a catalog of something. It mentions this person or thing called the Stitchling that can create certain things if you put like if you give it a couple of items together. But
Oh, we found a few
I
things
will
like these.
send
Yeah,
I will send this
that's
on our
cool.
chat as well so that you can have a copy.
This is cool.
We have some
A
tongues.
demon spirit.
I think we
There's an
have
awful lot of dead bodies required for these things.
While you guys
is
look at this, I'm just going to go back to the man with the gun.
Oh yeah. Hey, how's it going? It's just me with a gun.
Crop. So
Well,
you're standing there, and say with your perception check, you would kind of have been looking at this person lying here. So you're looking at them, you're looking around, you're trying to get like an idea of what might have happened to them, and you just kind of bend down to look closer at them to see what they might be wearing, who they might be, and it seems to be like this really, obese looking gentleman. And they seem to be, what really heightens their size is the fact that they're wearing a metal barrel around their waist. On it you see the sign of like a skull and bone cross that seems to be kind of
mhm.
like what you imagine to be of like someone who might be infatuated with pirates. Maybe you see like an eye patch over the left eye. You see like a red bandana just tied around their head. And give me an intelligence check.
Okay. You're really targeting my weak intelligence today.
It's almost
Making
like
it
Kumi wants us to suffer.
almost like that.
But no, they wouldn't do that.
That was a 3.
A three. Okay. So even when you're looking,
That's what's good right now to get. I'm assuming is a 3.
yeah, and honestly, Groff, you're looking at this and you're just like, this person has taste, they had personal interests, they dress the part of their interest. You look over to Cuddles and you say, there's nothing wrong with liking something that is cuddly and sweet and is fun.
That's right.
And definitely I respect this person, I respect this individual having left behind a boot like this gun for me to use. you know and I sure
Is this dude
hope.
dead? This dude's dead, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Can I, did
I mean, you could shoot him to find out.
I no.
Arco's voice in your head. Shoot him.
I don't even know. Can I even legally use a gun? I don't even have. Anyways, it's not like on my sheet it says, "Oh yeah, you're good to use guns if you find one." Um, I'm gonna. Can I check to see how this dude died?
You could give me wait, you gave me a medicine check earlier,
Yeah.
so I'd say that even looking at him now, the way that they're lying, they seem to be like quite exhausted in a weird way. Like almost kind of like they might have been, um, running around here looking for something. And you imagine, having had this feeling of feeling like you've been trapped before, grabbing whatever weapon that you can around you and just trying to find your way out. And standing here, what really affects you is the fact that you just entered this place. You know how close the exit is. And you wonder, is this how far they got?
Oof. All right. Well, I am going to reach down and close the eyes of the body here and uh, give a quick salute. Um, Graf is not good with death. Um, so I think they're just going to pick up Cuddles and hold him close and then go try and find their friends. walk down the
It's all
hall and see them.
I was gonna say
I didn't
friends.
say that out loud. That was internal monologue. Uh,
I think someone's internal monologuing about us.
I walked down the hallway to go see my friends all standing around a hole in the ground.
Ah, you're
Walk
back.
up. Yeah.
It was a big ol'.
I found a gun.
What's
what?
a gun?
I just.
Can can
Oh,
can I do a check to see if I know what a gun is?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Give me a history check.
Yeah. Okay.
Anybody else
honestly
as well?
don't
If
know.
any of you feel like you might have come
Yes!
across
I got
I
a 7.
want to. I want to have
I was hoping for a low roll this time.
you don't want to know what a
6.
gun
Yeah.
is.
Oh yeah, we're idiots.
Ishi, are you rolling as well?
Um, I don't think she would have come across a gun, but why
Oh
not?
yeah, she might
Yeah,
not
it'd
have
be
ever
so
even been
funny. Like the
close to
forest
one.
gnome has seen a gun before. It's like they came with guns.
It's so
God.
sad. It's like,
No.
hey.
I thought it was a liquidizer when I tried to use it in the kitchen.
I
But it
I
just went
got a
boom.
I
Just
got a
went boom.
15.
Oh, okay. So
So
you do know
I
what this
do know
gun
what
is,
a gun is.
What's a gun?
and I say
So
you
I
know
hold out a
you know
clear.
what
I
this gun
walked
is
in
as
with a
well.
gun. I hold out a gun and I say, I have a gun. And then everybody just looks at me,
What is a
having no
gun?
idea what a gun is.
Congratulations.
Yes.
I'm
That's
sure
really
this is a
cool.
monumentous occasion. What does it do?
Um,
Wait, don't tell me. I bet it blows bubbles because we're at a circus. Makes sense, right?
It's really shiny.
Oh,
Or
you
it
didn't
makes
want to
a
try?
honk honk sound.
Oh yeah, let's try. Let's try. Arco's gonna try and grab it.
no, but no hands on the gun, please. Oh, it's so my bow and arrow. You know how I can shoot things with the bow and now imagine you shrink it down to sort of handheld size. And the arrows move like really, really super duper fast, and they're really small and heavy, and it's like super easy to kill somebody with it.
What if they're really small? How can you kill someone with them? It has to be big to kill
Exactly.
someone.
That makes no sense.
Well, think about a knife, right? A knife blade, pretty small, but it's easy to kill somebody with it.
Oh, you fill it with
You
tiny
remember?
knives.
You remember Jean's shiv that they use all the time that we're constantly referencing?
Oh yes,
the
my
shiv.
little shiv.
Yes.
Tall.
Very small, but
Is it too
capable of
thick?
killing, as we've seen in our travels.
My little shiv.
Gas table of props.
Oh
Tell
my
me that's a
god,
tiny
this is
knife, Gus.
amazing.
Tell me.
No, it's a tiny pair of scissors. But if I hold
Oh,
it like this, you can't see.
It does
looks
look
like a
shockingly
tiny
like.
That's awesome.
Excellent
Sorry
sleight
to
of
ruin the
hand.
magic.
Oh my god.
Oh,
So-
Should I read this item description out loud to folks, Kumi?
You could if you want to, or you could keep it to yourself and use it for when you
Um,
get into battle.
well,
come
I'll let the group
on.
know at least what it does. It
Juicy.
shoots. It just shoots magic. Is what it does. It literally, in the most literal sense, it shoots magic.
But we can do that.
I can do that. And I'm gonna
Um,
pull out my
yeah.
whisk.
That's okay. So yeah, so kind of like actually weirdly, yes, kind of like that.
Okay.
Where am I at?
So you know how like Ishii can kind of shoot magic. I guess all of you guys can kind. Well, I guess
Do I have any shooty stuff?
you guys know how
Oh.
magic you can just shoot some stuff forward. So,
Yes.
so it kind of does that. And the magic kind of hits somebody back mechanically. It does force damage and forces a strength saving throw or pushes them back 10 feet. And
So
but
it's a
it
little
does have
push.
loading,
Like a big gust of air
kinda. Yeah.
from a hole.
A little push.
Right.
Okay. I
My
see where
question.
you're going with this.
So I so I walk up and I go, and I don't want to be this person. I obviously, I've just brought something big into the scene. But just wondering, what's with the hole in the ground? Hey gang, was that here
Oh yeah,
before? Or did you guys make that?
It's a
I
big
mean,
hole.
yeah, that was the
Yes.
first thing that Sean told you when you came in.
It's
It's
a
a
big
big
hole.
hole.
Oh,
Did
I
you not
poked it
understand?
and it
You know,
tried
I
to pull
guess.
me in, and I didn't get pulled in.
Okay, well, I guess that's good.
It was very brave.
Um,
Thank you.
do you want to
So
kill him?
I'd say Groff, where the fact that you have a 19 in perception means that do you have dark vision as well?
I do have dark vision.
Are we a
Yes.
dark vision party? Wow. This is the first time
All
I've
dark.
had to ask.
Oh, one.
Yeah.
Fuck
Oh,
the dark.
I
I've never needed it.
you look in and you can see that there seems to be some sort of like weird mechanical thing right there out of sight almost because of all this cloth that's obstructing it, but because of Jean's, swift motions earlier in just like evading these strands of cloth, you're able to see a little more into this big hole, and down below you see more pamphlets like the one that John's holding. You see this sort of, it almost looks like, one of those large fortune teller dolls almost that you find in carnivals where you put in a coin
The
and they give you, yes, in a case. And you can see the shapings of a case. You can see some sort of statue or mechanical thing inside it. And it seems to be motionless at the moment and waiting. But you do see that all around it, even here from where you are, you see just the tints of like light falling on trinkets of different sorts.
Okay. Um. So seems we have some sort of ingredients list. Um. I am very torn because on the one hand, fun seems fun to put things in here and get something out. Other hand, feels like we really could be moving on to go find the missing children, huh, gang?
What if this gives up us a clue to find the missing children?
Does it say
Or a
clue to missing
key?
children anywhere on the ingredients list?
If you stole a bunch of kids, would you let people coming to find the missing kids know that they could just find a clue? No, you'd hide it. It'd be more fun. That's
One
what
of
this
the
place is
things
all
we can make
about.
is Jacques' key.
Exactly.
That's true. I
But we do
don't.
need a child's desire for that.
Oh, and Arco's gonna pull out the doll, Timothy. Does this
No.
count?
And I'm gonna
Uh,
pull out the
Alicia,
t-shirt
you can be the
from
judge of that.
and just
That's an image of Jack. A foot, 1 square foot of mirror.
Oh, there's a mirror in the room that I just came from. Um,
Hey,
That's all we need, right?
look at us making magic.
there's a mirror in this room as well, right? I remember.
Yes, you did
oh,
see
there
it in the
Yeah,
is.
picture.
this
Oh,
room.
great.
Yeah.
Um,
So, would you like to
I,
go back into the larger space or the door with, I mean, the room with the door closed?
I
Oh, you know,
do we have
were we
everything we
were we
need
not
for
thinking
this
of
team here?
making
Yeah,
Jack's key?
Yeah. Do we have to give the stuff to this thing in the hole? Like, do
I
we
think
just
so.
pitch the stuff into the hole?
You do notice
Like,
that you would have to like maybe jump in, but the way that, even at least all of you standing here and trying to look in and not being able to, you do understand that it is quite deep in, and falling in could hurt quite a bit. And maybe there might be a different entry to the store somewhere else that would be
Oh.
safer. And
Um,
even just Jean, especially you and Arthur, having like kind of looked around and found so many different trinkets of different sorts, you wonder whether there's more things that you can find, maybe to add to this.
Ooh. All right, so maybe we go hunt for things?
Oh,
Yeah,
you.
and
Yes.
I have mage hand and like a spectral hand releases from mine. I can help with like just like putting things there if you
Yeah,
need it.
I think that's a really good idea.
Yeah. So you kind of your hand goes down and it's extending downwards, and as it goes a little bit below, you do notice that you can still see the little light of your hand, and you see the sprinkles of color almost. It feels like cupcake sparkles that kind of just go out and go into this lot of kind of a chef's glove that just goes into this
Mm-hmm.
hole. And when it goes there, it starts to extend, but at one point you feel like your magic starts to disappear, and you kind of get the idea that this might be further than where your mage hand can go.
Okay. I don't know why it's not working. I think like sometimes my magic doesn't quite work the way it's supposed to. So I think it's like something like that, or it might be too far.
Hmm. Maybe we should try and see if there's another way in. I mean, it looks like it's
Yeah.
big enough that there would be a staircase, right? Like in
Maybe
some.
we could also tie a rope around Ishi and lower her down.
So
Mission Impossible.
you want to put Ishi in potential danger.
Yeah, that's
I'm
what
not
I
saying I'm
pay.
against this,
That's what
but
I'm paying you all in handshakes and high fives for.
Ishi, how do you feel about this?
Um. Okay, I can go.
All right,
We
works for
can
me.
we can tie the rope to my immovable rod.
Yeah, there you
You,
go. Hey,
you, I forgot you
Oh.
had that.
yeah, I
This is
forgot,
Yeah.
so
John. I
useful.
forgot you brought a stripper pole with you. I
You've
forgot
got to
about
be
that.
ready at any time. You're not
How
paying
fast?
us.
Anyone.
I have to make my money somehow.
It's
How far
wild
down?
because Jean has made thousands of dollars on this trip, stripping in various places. So you'd
They're
think
very
that
good at it.
it's really a shocking talent, honestly. Comes out
It's
of nowhere.
because you also do mime at the same time, so you're trapped in the box with the stripper pole.
But it's sort of a sexy box.
It's a
Yeah,
sexy box, exactly.
Right, right. No, I get it. Yeah, sure.
and I imagine like John also like workshops their jokes while that happens. Just
Really
Argo
terrible
just
stand up.
when we're camping, whenever we make camp for the night, Arco just sits and snacks and watches. And be like,
Yeah, so I'll tie a rope one end around Ishi and one end around the immovable rod.
okay,
And I will press the button on the movable rod so it will not move.
Okay.
Do my due diligence on that one. I'm assuming Ishin isn't going to weigh up to 8,000 pounds.
You'd be surprised. It's really,
It's
no, you never know how much things weigh. One time I tried to lift something and I couldn't lift it, and that means it must be so heavy. So I'm
of
really
course.
strong. Anyways, what I
Sure.
was trying to say is
Sure.
I'm really strong. -2 strength.
Of course.
Uh,
So,
oh yeah, I
I
forgot. I'm the strong one.
yeah, I go to start lowering Ishi, and then I go. I actually have something I have to go look at this gun more to make sure it's not dangerous. So Arco, why don't you? You're not doing anything. Why don't you lower Ishi and I'll
Arco sees right
supervise.
through this. Arco does like a, all right, and he grabs the
okay,
rod. He's like, don't worry, Ishi.
cool. I'm ready.
awesome. Ishi, I need you
Dun,
to
Ba
give
ba
me
ba
a
ba ba
dexterity
dun.
ba ba
saving throw.
ba.
Cool.
Dexterity saving. Careful there, buddy.
And Arthur, I need you to give me a strength check.
Yeah, buddy.
And that
I
is
will give the help action to Arco just to
I
be
feel like
like
you're gonna make it worse.
Arco.
Oh no, you made it
Just
better.
make sure you're lowering with your knees, not with your back, right?
Thank you for reminding me what not to do, my friend. I
Okay.
got a
Nope.
22.
That's right.
You
that
can
is a
actually improve on the
15.
second roll. Hey.
How much did you get, Ishi?
15.
15. Awesome. So you're going through this, and just because you're so small and nimble, you can just kind of escape any of these things, straps of cloth that's getting in your way. And as you slowly make your way down there, you feel like Akko's just really, confident, very supportive hold on this rod, just like lowering you further and further. In your dark vision, as you get closer, you see this weird mechanical woman of sorts, almost made out of all sorts of trinkets, just sitting in this case. Next to her is a sign that looks quite similar to the pamphlet that Jean had found above. But as you get closer to the ground, before you're lowered and you step there, Jean, you're standing at the back
Oh no.
and you look to your side
Oh
and
no.
you can see the end of the corridor where the
Uh-huh.
mirrors are. And you see this, the dead body that Groff had found. You almost feel like you see two of them because of the reflective mirror on the wall right behind this body.
Of
And even
course.
in this shape, as you kind of like are looking at yourself, you see that your whole figure looks to be expanded almost, kind of like double
Like
your size,
like
stretched
the funny
out.
mirrors.
You look like a balloon.
Oh
But as you're
no.
looking at yourself in this, you hear this scratching sound coming out from that room. The sound of something trying to get out or something. You hear this kind of like growling noise as well, as you hear the sound of something trying to break through, yelling in words that you can't hear. You look back at your friends, and that's where we end our session.
Oh god. Oh,
Ah!
what a time for this to be activated while we've got one person lowering actively into a hole.
To be fair, there is an
I
immovable
love it.
rod, so if we do accidentally let go, it'll
I
be a
guess
bad bungee jump, but it'll still.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Oh my god.
my favorite
oh my
ska band, a bad bungee jump. Um,
god.
Wow, but that was the first episode of Revenge, a Tragedy in Two Acts. We have three more to go, and I'm like looking forward to all the next Tuesdays of this month for this. And oh my God, you guys did a brilliant job looking through most of this. Great job on like interacting as a party. That was so much fun. And I can't wait to see what happens next. And honestly, I'm just going to say this to the audience right now. These guys gave me such fantastic backstories that I could just pull it into so many moments for this session. And I'm really looking forward to what you all find later on. So, a round of just quick who we are, what we're doing, where we can find us. Let's start with John, aka Gask.
Hello, my name is Gaskinator, and I played your very sad boy clown today. Uh, your favorite Jean, your favorite sock puppet wielder. Um, I'm down at links that are there below because this is a very professional, organized stream, and they got links. Incredible. And as for things that I'm doing, I'm just doing this for now. This is good. This is good. And God, what is it? What is getting out of there? What's growling, huh? You expect me to start talking about myself and there's something growling in the other room?
yeah.
Whatever, man.
I can't wait to see what else you have at your desk. Honestly, I'm still reeling over the sock puppet. Okay,
That
like that
was I
was.
was like
It was so
actively
perfect.
upsetting in a way
Oh
that I
my
never
god.
expected.
Look, it's cluttered. I have two googly eyes and I
No,
have a
don't.
sock on my foot. I won't
No,
ruin
no,
that. Sorry.
don't
Don't,
reveal.
don't, don't, don't.
You had a pre-made sock
I
puppet
had a
ready to
pre-made
With
go.
googly
sock.
eyes. And pre-made googly eyes.
I'm
Calling
pre-made
me.
googly eyes, exactly.
And now to Mission Impossible Gnome. Ishi, tell us a little bit
Oh,
about who
yes.
you are, what you're doing, where we can find us, and anything else.
Um, I'm V. I'm doing this. I am also on Twitter. There's a link down there somewhere. I rarely tweet, but I have a friend called Translucent Tiefling. She's making art based on a campaign that we play in, and she's making a bunch of tarot cards based on the campaign. So go check her out. She's a really good artist. So yeah, that's it.
All right, that's from V. And Gainer, the man, the person, the leader, the employer, I'd say.
It's
The
From
most
coolest guy
important that I'm an
around.
employer. I'm also a landlord. Um, just making the worst character I've ever played. Hey gang. My name's Gainer. I'm a non-binary transgender actor, TTRPG enthusiast. You can find me on Twitter at Gaynorcott. It's JayNorcott. You can find me here doing this. You can find me weekly, starting up tomorrow at 10 a.m. I believe.
Time zone. What time zone?
Could be a little later. I don't remember. It's been a little bit because our DM was in Florida. But we're hopefully back on track with Skies of Belarius over in twitch.tv/Alakazam. Uh, Fantastic little 5e campaign where I play an empty-headed, beautiful spot of sunlight catfish folk barbarian named Rio Pivany.
Ooh.
You can also find me monthly over on twitch.tv/Thorny Dryad running a game of Masks, You Force Inheritance, a lovely little cast. We just had an episode on Sunday, and it was so incredibly wonderful and also so heartbreaking. So if you like teen drama powered by superpowers, go check that out. And also, if you are interested in the YA series Warriors about feral cats in the woods, um, I have a podcast about that.
What?
I
Really?
have a podcast called Two Leg Talks, where me
Oh
and a friend from college reread the first series of Warriors. Season 2 is on its way. We just dropped an interstitial episode between season 1 and 2. Season 2 starts up. I have to get off stream and go edit right after this. So season 2 is on its way. We're going to read the second series, The New Prophecy. So if that you're at all interested in that or just homosexual, go check that out. uh, yeah, I think that's my project. More projects coming up soon, so go follow me on Twitter for new projects coming out. And I'm just gonna plug my favorite AP right now, which is the Strix U. If you guys haven't watched it, it's Strixhaven reimagined as a historically black college, and it is run by one of my favorite DMs of all time, Lexi at Black Girl Mage, and she has just a fantastic cast. So go check that out on twitch.tv/Black Girl Mage. Yeah,
also,
that's it. A lot
Gainer,
of plugs.
could you also give a plug to the extremely talented artist of your
Oh
wonderful
God,
artwork
I
of
Yay!
almost
Goff and
forgot.
Cuddles?
The art I have is made by the wonderful Ina Coffin. Twitter at INA_KOFFEN. Um, God, it was an absolutely incredible time working with Ina to make this art. I was so excited about this character, and Ina was too. And just an absolutely incredible, talented artist. Go follow them. It's just amazing stuff. There also are like they have commissions open. So if you have a character you really like the style, go get some art from Ina. It's really great stuff. Um, but yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be staring at this art for the rest of my life. So
Oh, it's so
I can't
adorable.
I
I can't.
can't suggest it more. Yeah, so
Cuddles
beautiful.
just looks so cute. Oh my
Isn't it
god.
adorable.
I know. And now to the jester of the man who has his little straw person taken away from him. Timothy says, "Hi, what's happening, Akko?"
Hello, my name is Jessie, and I have been playing Arco Ettore, your fun tiefling rogue jester. And you can find me on Twitter at Egglasses. That's EGGLASSES, if I remember to spell it. And I do a bunch of stuff. I do business. I run a shop in Ontario called Doki Doki. I sell the stuff from Japan. I cheer for my friends. I retweet. Suddenly, this accent is coming out. I'm bad at accents, but I love mustaches. That's all you need to know about me. And yeah, I'm very excited to be part of this campaign. Kumi's already brought up like 10 things from our backstories we gave her, so I'm like, what? We're just about to go get our hearts murdered in the next episode. I'm so excited. Yeah, thank you all for being here. Thank you for bearing with the tech gremlins. I appreciate it very much. And I look forward to next week when I remember to put my sealer on so that my makeup doesn't rub off as I scratch at my face in stress. Haha! That's it for me. I love you all. Bye.
Yay, and that is our wonderful cast of Revenge, a Tragedy in Two Acts. I am your dungeon mistress, Kumi. I play over at the Pigeon Killers. Our other campaign, the other campaign I was in, Stands of Faith, just ended day before, and that was amazing. Do watch it when all the VODs come out on YouTube, and catch us next week on Tuesday. While I wait for information on who we are raiding next, a couple of
Oh,
announcements from Girls Run These Worlds. We have in an hour from now starting the premiere of Mice in the Herb Garden, which is a what is it? A Mouse Ritter limited series, GM
mhm.
by Philippa Mott. Philippa Mott's amazing. I had like the wonderful opportunity to play in a vampires go shopping one shot with her just a few months previously, and that was just so much fun. We also have casting calls open on Thursday for a Thirsty Sword Lesbians game GM by Anita called Invisible Sword Coven, and applications will be open until next Monday. So look forward to these things. And for more information and details, look out at our Twitter. Do follow us on Twitch. Please, we just need one more follow and we reach that. And like, come on, share it with your friends. Get us there. It's been like a wonderful month. There's a whole lot of spookiness coming your way. Thank you for staying and watching.